Folks, I'm so sweaty.
It's 80, what is it, 80 something?
My car said 90, but...
Jesus fucking Christ.
Welcome to It's Just Bits, the only podcast run by sweaty white men. Ha ha ha. I lied. It's all of them.
Oh, God, I forgot. I need a hat because my hair is falling down into my face.
Didn't you cut it so it would stop doing that?
Yeah, but here we are. Here we go.
Oh, God, you look like you give unsolicited golf advice.
I give unsolicited hand jobs. While giving solicited golf advice.
trying to hit my 3-wood here, and suddenly I'm just busting all over the course. This is a good fucking caddy service, but it's distracting.
Oh, dude, that is a great actual business model. Jesus.
First of all, you're drinking coffee out of a can, which is interesting. I thought there was alcohol in that. No. I'm disappointed in you.
I'm not that cool. No, but they should have exclusively super hot caddies.
I'm sure that's got to be a thing. I think what you're referring to is bringing prostitutes to golf.
Yeah.
It's not a service the golf course provides. You just have to... No, here's our business model. Prostitutes specifically for golf. They come dressed for golf, but do not golf.
They just fuck. Or they're way better at you than in golf because they do it literally every day.
Imagine the fucking catch-22 hand of Midas curse of... the golf course has hookers provided for you who will jerk you off, but only when you're trying to
only during your hardest shots.
Yes, like if you're in the bunker, you're in her bunker too.
Yeah, you've got a 30-yard putt for eagle, and she's just blowing you.
God damn it, I can't concentrate.
I'm going blind over here. I'm cross-eyed.
Maybe that makes you great at golf.
Yeah, because you don't give a shit if you hit that putt or not.
That is what being good at golf is not caring whether you're good at golf. It's how you be good at golf.
Well, I always hit my best shots when I'm not rushing but not trying. So if I'm getting blown, I bet I'm not rushing.
But they're going to be right where they'd have to do like that one GIF that I saw by mistake of the X-Man that can phase through walls giving a blowjob from behind.
Or they just eat ass and give you a reach around, like playing the trumpet. You know, that's called the rusty trombone.
Trombone, yeah.
Well, the rusty.
Is that
trombone.
what the rusty trombone is? I've never made that connection.
Yeah,
I was aware of the sex act and the term rusty trombone. Really should have put those together.
Yeah, it's called a rusty trombone.
Rusty trombone,
which is why
blood.
Those black ladies walked out of our show, is because we didn't talk about rusty trombones. They were like,
when you say black ladies, people are imagining Diamond and Silk, not the two young
hot
women that were there. You thought one of them might fuck me, and they left immediately. Because I told them you said that and asked if it was true. You guys really missed out the live show. I sexually harassed people.
You could have fucked. Well, if you're on stage, it's not sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's part of the act. It's like how Quentin Tarantino can say the N-word because it's in a movie. I'm allowed to say, hey, let me get a squeeze of those Bahama Mama Gazongalangas because it's a bit. If I do it after the show, it's still part of the bit. Can't touch me, cops.
I'm always on a podcast. Just constantly recording, so you always fall under the law of performing at the time.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always on a podcast. And you say it in that very sad tone that Hulk says it in the movie. I'm always on a podcast. It's called Life.
That's just a cam girl, I think. She's always
I guess.
on a podcast.
Yeah.
An audio-specific cam girl. Could you imagine if you became somebody, because there are girls out there who people's fetishes are just their voice. Can you imagine how sad you have to be about not being hot to get into porn, and then it turns out that people just want to listen to you talk?
Gotta be a voice actress.
So you're doing porn for specifically people who have the fetish of listening to your voice, and you sound like Gilbert Gottfried. You're like, how ugly am I? Gilbert Gottfried doing porn, by the way, is something we have to do right now.
I'm formulating. That's why I'm quiet.
I gotta get
his
okay, let's figure out his voice first. Can you...
Affleck!
Affleck! Okay.
I did Gilbert Gottfried for a skit in college. Okay. I'm qualified for this.
This is perfect. So Gilbert Gottfried doing audio porn.
You like that? My dick is so big that you need to make a face when it enters you. I'm imagining him doing one of those where, like, they're pretending that it's an audition. So it's really just a fat guy telling a hot girl what to do, and it ruins the fun for anybody watching the video. It's like, you have to do anal if you want people to notice you. You have to do anal with specifically me.
I was the parrot in Aladdin. Have sex with me.
Make like the Sultan and shove your pussy in my mouth like a cracker. I was canceled for hating Asians, so this is awkward. It's an Asian porn star.
I can show you the world through one sticky eye.
Am I going to get conjunctivitis? Possibly, because you will be eating my ass. Which is the best word to say is Gilbert Gottfried. Ass.
You'll be eating my ass.
Hey, you're eating my ass over here.
Hey.
The obligatory Italian guy.
Must be done. Gilbert Gottfried.
Baba boopy, I stick it in the poopy, you get the famous.
Hey, how about you suck on my pasta fagioli over here?
Fucking, I don't know what gabagool is, but I hope it's a pussy, because I'm going to eat it.
I'm going to eat it up like a good prosciutto that my mama made.
It's prosciutto. I'm leaving because of that. Fuck you. I'll do porn with someone creepier. My favorite bits are when I lose faith in it as I'm saying it, and I go, you gabagool over here, because I'm going to eat it. Like,
and fuck some gabagool.
If this were a visual medium, you could watch the light die from my eyes when I do that.
I like the thin crust pizzas and the eating of the asses. Oh, Italian.
Hey, I'm from New York. I like thin pizzas and thick bitches. Come on over here.
That's the one. Thin
and I'm from Chicago. I like deep pizza and shallow bitches.
Thin pizzas and thick bitches is a t-shirt.
No, it's not. It's a tank top.
It's a tank top with the nipples cut out.
No, just one of those tank tops that's so thin in the chest that your nips are always out.
Oh, yeah, see-through. Only comes in white.
Gotta be sexy, baby. Hips and nips. Gotta be sexy or I don't eat. That's seriously... Thin pizza and thick bitches does need to be a shirt, and it needs to have the World Trade Center in the background.
I'm writing
sort of light, so you can't quite see it. I was gonna suggest a shirt today that said "I heart," and it was gonna be the Twin Towers, and then we would claim to people that it was supposed to be "I love New York," but it was made in the year 2000. But we would know that it means "I love 9/11."
The only pro 9/11 podcast on the planet.
This is, I would go so far as to say, the premier. Prestigious pro 9/11 podcast.
Best. Thin
I mean, Hassan
pizzas
he also likes
thick
9/11.
Bitches. Nobody's gonna buy that shirt, but it's a great shirt.
But we're gonna buy it and we're gonna wear it.
Oh yeah, that's our next. We gotta wear It's Just Bits merch to the next live podcast. By the way,
we should. I mean, we better get those shirts made.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of 9/11 and how much I love it.
That's how much I love 9/11.
I
Gilbert
come every
Gottfried
time.
do it. Daddy.
Oh yeah, suck on daddy's cock. That's it. Not quite Gilbert Gottfried, but you're as uncomfortable as you would have been. You're welcome, actual dad. I was telling my parents a story, and then my dad goes, "I know," because he heard it on the podcast, and I felt. So it's not a great feeling.
I love that your dad is a dedicated listener.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's also his sense of humor. This is not just him peeking in and being like, "How's the Lego Star Wars going?" and pretending to care.
No, he's just like, yeah, I agree that
9/11 was good.
ICE facilities should be gender revealed.
Yeah. He'll get there. He'll kill a cop before.
Well, but if a firefighter kills a cop, he's a hero.
Right.
So
the cop was setting fires. Speaking of cops and ashes, by the way.
Arson Cop.
Arson Cop, the new series on the CW. Speaking of cops and fires,
is it another one of your dad's wonderful, wonderful firefighter / paramedic stories of gruesome death and decay that only we like?
I'm a lady. Once again, that is only for us, folks. No, the police found a container in a man's car, and they tested it, and it came back positive for drugs, and it was his daughter's ashes. They tested his daughter's ashes.
Oh.
So on the one hand, cops are bad, but the funny part of the story is that's a terrible way to figure out that your daughter is a degenerate. I don't know if that's how that works.
Drugs have to show up in your ashes.
She might be like some form of Messiah, because like Jesus had wine for blood because he was God.
Yeah.
So what is angel dust for your actual dust?
She might be cocaine in human form.
Or this guy's just really smart and he spray painted his cocaine ash colored.
Yeah.
And goes, I can't believe you're doing this to my daughter's ashes.
Yeah.
Which are not cocaine.
Well, if you mix cocaine with heroin, it does get that vague hue. It's a little browner than you'd like, but if it showed up for cocaine and heroin, then we have a
it's a little browner than you like is something a realtor says to a wealthy couple about a neighborhood.
How's the neighborhood? It's a little browner than you like.
I know,
but it's a good school district.
Look, in your price range, they're gonna be there, man. Sorry.
In your price range, and you're looking for a 3-bath, 4-bed, it's gonna be a
there
little
will
browner
be
than you like.
Minorities.
It's what we call a fixer-upper neighborhood. So just
by which I mean we have to gentrify it and put those weird flat buildings there instead of cool buildings.
This is what we call an up-and-coming neighborhood, which just means poor millennials buy it here, slowly pushing out the minorities. Right. All of this is in air quotes.
I like the realtor that is totally on board with the racism, but like disapproves of the couple's price range.
Yeah, no, that's just realtors.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not a
Pretty sure all realtors are probably a little racist. Anyone involved with property. Because you know what used to be property in America? Black people. And I think that's why you're doing it, realtors. Mm-hmm. Because you wish the houses were people.
I have friends who are realtors, and I'll have to confront them about this.
Yeah, but tell them to be better. Link and build. Learn and grow. Do a growth. That's what you're supposed to do when you get caught saying bad stuff about certain types of people. You're allowed to be mean to white people, as it should be.
It actually should be encouraged.
Yeah, and folks, we do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, please be mean to white folks.
White men with degradation fetishes are. I mean, it's a good time for them.
I think every white man has a little bit of one just because they have to.
Yeah, if you're on top of the world about being white, like,
yuck.
It's like most patriotic Americans will be like, well, we didn't treat the Native Americans great, but we did give them blanket technology. Sorry about the smallpox. But then there are the people that just take it all the way and they go, yeah, no, we killed them. Fuck them. It's ours now.
Yeah.
Conquest.
Well, what if they take it back? Well, that's illegal.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do that. You have to condemn violence if you're a Palestinian. If you're an Israeli, you should be shooting them because they're trying to shoot you.
There's somebody on my Facebook who is aggressively in support of Israel. And literally the entire debate is anti-Semitism. The whole fucking debate is like, it's you hate Jews if you don't like Israel.
Right.
And I'm like...
You know, Nazis like Israel? Nazis are very in favor of all the Jews have to stay over there.
It's a religion, not a... Also, why give a religion a space?
I mean, it is also an ethnic group, and to be fair, Europe was not nice to them.
Why give an ethnic group... Why... You're pigeonholing an ethnic group. I mean,
yes.
Just on the base level, you're just like, well, you're Jewish, you're black, so you can go over there. Why?
Which was what
don't
Abraham Lincoln was a little racist, and that's where Liberia came from. Because he was like, well, black people can have a democracy, but not with us. Send them back.
Honestly, it's counterintuitive, but the best approach to race is if somebody says, I'm Jewish, you just do a jerk-off hand motion. Okay, I'm Hebrew. Or, Hebrew. I just did another Jewish one. I'm Palestinian. Whatever,
okay,
dude.
Bro.
I'm Irish.
Well, you should actually do that to people who say they're Irish, because mostly they're not.
Anything like that.
Most people who say they're Irish are white people who wish that their ancestors weren't just the worst to a group of people.
It's just that's like the best. If we can, as a culture, come to the point where race is a thing, where if somebody mentions it in conversation, it's like them mentioning their 23andMe fucking, I'm 5% black. Just
shut the fuck
dude,
up.
I don't give a shit.
No, race should only persist as types of guys to do impressions of. That's the only thing that should be left over for
Stereotypes
race.
only.
Which, by the way, who said?
The stereotype is Italians won't stop talking about being Italian.
Yeah.
I'm so Italian over here.
fucking Italian over here, and over there is Italy, which is where my family is from over here. No, like Marty said, I wish people would stop being racist to black people so he could do black jokes. Mm-hmm. We got to stop anti-Semitism because I love doing Jewish guy voice.
I just call it Gilbert Gottfried and move on.
There you go. Israel is such an ethno-state. Let me finish.
how ethno-state is.
You Jewish people are not allowed to marry Palestinians. Oh, it's fucking true.
I love the heat map of Israel slowly taking over Palestine, because it's like it used to be like, okay, 30-70, okay, 50-50, okay, 70-30.
They keep finding new sites where there's ancient artifacts, so there can't be a home there, and then a month later there's a Jewish home there. Like, whoa.
Oh, crazy.
It's crazy how that happened, Israel. No, what cracks me up is that Americans are still on like, well, it's first of all anti-Semitism, and they're the only democracy in the Middle East, and we're all hedging about what Israel actually is, and Israelis are like, I think it'd be better if they were dead. There are videos of like they go around the streets to the streets full of fucking nightclubs, because that's all there is in Tel Aviv, and they're like, what do you think about Palestinians? And they hem and haw for a bit, and they go, so because they're mad that we're stealing their homes, that's anti-Semitic, and we got to get rid of them.
How would you propose getting rid of them?
A nice way.
I say no. Oh, fucking John Oliver had a great thing. He was like, I'm using a better quote than he used. It pissed me off that he didn't use this quote, or not a quote, but a analogy. Palestinians are getting evicted in the same way that Alderaan got evicted. I'm like, yeah. Consider an eviction getting torn out of your home by a military that's far more powerful than yours, and just because you're Palestinian and no other reasons. And it's hilarious that Jewish people are doing this.
People will be like, isn't it ironic that you're calling a Jewish state sort of fascist? Yes, it's ironic that they're doing that.
Nobody.
To be fair, Jewish people aren't doing this.
Oh.
A bunch of freaks are doing this.
People that were so Jewish that they moved to Israel.
But that's the thing. It's not.
Isn't
First
that
of
how
all,
it started?
you're stoking anti-Semitism, because if I came into your apartment and started bashing stuff and saying, this room is mine, you can have the shitty one, and by the way, I'm doing Zoroastrianism. This is what Zoroastrianism is, and that's why I just shot your kid. Guess what you're going to think about Zoroastrians?
Bad, not in
yes,
favor.
It's bad. So when you say, like, we're taking all of this is ours now, and you live in the sewage, and we're doing it because we're Jewish. That's not nice to Jewish people who aren't pieces of shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing it. It's never been anything other than a class war. They have money and the power of Western civilization on their side.
Yes, they're basically an outpost of America.
Oh yeah, that's
they
all.
Just took a strip of Miami Beach and said, instead of Cubans, we're doing Jewish people.
How would you like oil rights, America? And America was like,
very, very much, please, thank you.
Big fan. All you have to do is genocide. Like, we were going to do that anyways. So sure.
People talk about, the Jews have been in the area for a long time. Like, yes, they have, but Israel wasn't founded by, like, Palestinian Jews. It was European Jews who self-consciously said, we're going to do colonialism there. And then white people will like Jewish people because we're doing colonialism just like them.
Just like the
Italians.
And
I am not going to get into a fucking discussion of whether Jewish people are white.
They are.
Well, I mean, not all of them.
I don't think Italians are white. I think that's where I draw the line. Italians.
Okay, again, this is what fascists think.
I understand it's what fascists think, but they also tried to cure cancer. So,
Did they?
I don't know.
I mean, if you asked them, they would say yes, but what they mean by cancer is not what we mean by cancer.
I was trying to think of a positive thing that fascists did. I guess improve rocket technology, but that's not even fucking positive. But I'm glad that I couldn't think of something off the top of my head positive that they did.
I don't know.
They
laid the groundwork for a lot of good movies.
Oh, they helped create my best. Honestly, though, I'd trade the movies for that shit not to happen.
Good. Why are you saying that like a revelation?
No, just a statement. Look,
I love the end of Remember Me, but I would prefer to have no Remember Me and no 9/11. That's a lie. You know that's a lie.
No, I'd prefer there to be no 9/11 because then there's no excuse for us to just fucking tank the Middle East.
Well, if we canceled 9/11, George Bush would have done something else with holograms.
Holograms. He brought Tupac back from the dead.
Tupac back.
It's like R2-D2. We can't legally say Tupac on this show.
Well, probably not, because he wasn't his mom like
super smart?
Cool?
Yeah, his mom was super, like, ingenuitive.
Anyway, speaking of 9/11, the
Good?
only atrocity that I'm in favor of. No, it's not funny enough for me to do. I was going to say, also the Armenian genocide, but we're still barely recognizing that, so it's more topical than funny.
Well, if you want to go to awful things, I just thought of a very awful thing. We should name the bar crawl we're doing the Trail of Beers.
We got to get one native in the crew if we're going to do that. We got to have a token Native American.
I know a few.
Cool. Every time I see a TikTok made by one of them, it cracks me up. So,
like, cause they're funny, or cause you're like, there's a few of you.
No, because they're funny.
Oh, good.
I mean, because they're the other voice that I really like to do is the Native American man voice.
How?
Like, I awake when the shadows are long, and when I return to my teepee, they are long again in the other direction, because I am an office worker that commutes.
9 to 5.
But they do that voice. But then it's actually funny jokes about Native culture because they know what it is. Because it's, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. So that's my main.
You're Milton
comment.
from The Office if he was Native American. I'll burn it all
said
down.
that I could have a reservation in Oklahoma, and they moved my reservation 3 times, and I'll burn down the fucking country.
Oh, was he a... Oh, God.
Was Milton from The Office a metaphor for the Native American genocide? Oh, fuck.
I didn't... Wow, this is a 1-to-1. I didn't think he was going to be that straightforward.
Initech is the United States, and someone needs to burn it down and find purpose cleaning up the rubble. Wow, this is my actual beliefs. Fuck.
No, like, that's a 1-to-1.
Yeah, wow, that copier was like Kissinger.
That is... I can't even think of a thing that's different. As the man slowly becomes an anarchist, that's like him, because he's just cutting fish on the table and he doesn't give a fuck. He's like slowly buying a cabin in the woods, building it brick by brick.
You know what that means is we're that therapist that dies. Deeper and deeper.
Who's the guy?
Way down.
Who's the guy who just wanted to have a 3-way?
What?
If he got he's like, what do you do if you had $1 million? Yeah. I'd have a 3-way.
2 chicks at the same time. If I always wanted to do that, I figure you got $1 million, you could set that kind of thing up.
So great.
Hey, bro, turn to channel 3. It's that breast exam commercial. I love that guy.
What a great guy.
He also played a gay sex slave in the seminal film Balls of Fury, featuring Christopher Walken as an Asian man.
Oh, yeah.
But the last time you could do that.
Well, I think Tropic Thunder was after that.
Yeah, but they actually, that was the character in the movie was doing blackface. This was Christopher Walken Mickey Rooneying it up. Yeah. Not that bad, but...
No, yeah.
He was actually
he didn't
just talking
do anything
he was just doing
Asian.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, he didn't do anything Asian.
And then the movie was like, he's Asian.
I think part of it was like, yeah, no, we're not going to change Christopher Walken at all. It'll be funny because he's certainly not Asian.
Yeah. They had James Wan.
So Christopher Walken came on and he's like, are we doing accents? And like, no, God, no. This is in 2000. We can't get away with it.
Confucius say, don't do that. I asked you to do
Christopher
one thing for
Walken
me.
Asian accent.
It's not. No, it's
that's
just Christopher
impossible.
Walken. I know that's like, folding a paper 23 times. Just, you can't.
You can't do 8. I think is the number. No, and then the guy who played it was supposed to replace Jack Black and everything, but just did not.
That was what he was gearing up to do. And Jack Black was like, "No, I'm still gonna do it. I know I'm old, but I'm not done. I'm gonna keep being Jack Black."
No, you misunderstand.
By the way, I watched School of Rock the other day. Holds up.
Oh yeah,
incredibly good. I hadn't watched it in like 10 years.
There are a few scenes that I don't like, but that's just because they're Jack Black being his goofiest, and I like it when he tones down just a tad. So
yeah, there's
a few scenes where he's just like fuck, like the.
I think that's just the real Jack Black making the real child actors laugh, and Linklater was like, "I'll put that in."
I think he was acting opposite children, so his goofiness just naturally turned itself up.
Yeah.
But that was the only parts that bugged me, was when his goofiness was just like, okay, this is a lot, dude. The same thing bugged me about Jim Carrey.
Yo. And I can't even do the thing with my eyes that he does.
Yeah, no. There's some fucking straight up insane things that he does. And Sarah Silverman was in it too.
Yes.
She played a total cunt. Like an
God, I gotta
cunt.
get me some of that, man.
Some Sarah Silverman being mean to you.
Being mean to me, but also helping me get my life together.
That's your
and then at the end, she doesn't break up with me, she also likes the School of Rock. And her name is Patti, I assume because of the Patti Smith trio. But she's not as cool as Patti Smith. She's mean in that movie. It is funny that, like, her character doesn't really come around at all. She is a voice of reason, like, Jack Black, you're being a piece of shit all the time.
Yeah, she's static.
But she's also kind of right about that. She's being shitty about it, but I feel like there should have been a scene where she was like, well, you're all right now, Dewey. But she's just, like, still hates him.
She's right to hate him, though.
Not at the end. He's grown at the end.
Yeah, he's changed, but slightly. I guess he's making money is the big change.
And bettering the lives of children. That movie is literally like, I'm going to use that to teach people lessons. Like, remember the scene in School of Rock? You must be like this.
Change. How? Jack Black.
It's the first time I heard so many good songs.
Oh.
Immigrant Song, Sunshine of Your Love, Long Way to the Top.
Phenomenal.
I think Touch Me by The Doors.
Ooh.
That was the first time I heard all those songs.
Damn. Fire by The Doors is a great one.
I don't know if I know Fire.
I might be naming it wrong, because of course I would.
I don't know what it would be, though.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Pinball Wizard.
Is that The Doors?
No, that's The Who. I'm totally kidding. I think there's actually a song somewhat named near to Fire by The Doors.
Well, I like Touch Me.
That murders.
Lawrence
Oh,
is
did you
good
finally
at
get a
piano.
Touch Tunes app, you monster? Or make a playlist of songs to get high to, which should be the name of it. Or Elmwood Speedball, never mind.
No, because you may or may not want to be high for it. You may just want to be very sleep deprived.
Elmwood Speedball.
Yeah. Should put that Jim Croce song on there. No, I made a YouTube playlist, I think.
I got a name.
No, that's not even Jim Croce's song.
Yeah, it is.
Speedball Tucker.
Speedball Tucker?
Speedball Tucker. It's a great Jim Croce song. It's about a trucker.
Named Tucker?
I think so,
Is it Speedball Trucker or Speedball Tucker?
I think it's Tucker. I'm not certain, and I was hoping you just wouldn't question me on it.
A Speedball Trucker named Tucker is what Speedball Tucker would do as a profession.
Speedball Tucker.
Jim Croce did a Speedball song.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think he was the type.
Well, you think Rapid Roy, the stock car boy, is sober in there?
I forgot he had all of his songs were like anthologies about a dude.
A lot of them, yeah.
Almost all of them. And I like how he just did one song twice. He did Don't Mess Around with Jim, and then there's another.
There is another one. What's the fucking other one?
I forget it, but it's just the same song again. And I'm like, way to know your audience, Jim.
I want to hear a story about a strong man with hubris.
Yeah, exactly. A strong man who get beat up by the little guy. And he's like, can we do that again?
What is the other one?
I forget.
We're looking this up. Welcome to the Googling Jim Croce podcast, which all of you surely did, because you guys don't fucking know who Jim Croce is. What are we talking about?
What do we know? You know.
Oh, I've been trying to talk about 9/11 this whole time. I've got a bad Leroy Brown.
Yeah.
And then also Don't Mess Around with Jim, our both.
Yeah. They're
Jim
the
is
same song.
Jim is Leroy.
Yeah. And Leroy is Jim.
Anyway, what about Black Church 9/11, which is not my suggestion for a racist terrorist attack.
Or a shirt.
Or that it's just talking about 9/11 the way people talk in Black Church, like, you know, like, oh, I love 9/11. I got to say, brother, when I go to bed at night, I set my alarm for 9 hours and 11 minutes because I live my beliefs. Brother, I got to testify before Congress.
How many people were charged for being a terrorist? Like 13 or something like that?
Well, they didn't charge him.
You know what I mean.
13, unlucky number, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't get that one in Pennsylvania.
Jesus should have had 2 extra apostles for the 2 brave men.
What do they tell you about 13 men going around the desert on a religious mission? That sounds like Jesus, don't it?
I think this should just be Southern Church, because same thing.
Because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, same thing.
Black Church just seems fun. It seems like they have fun at Black Church.
We'd have to move on up.
Yeah.
Out
like
of
that scene in Glee where...
Moving on down out of the tower.
Moving on down, because I don't want to burn to death. I'd rather fall to my death.
Moving on down.
Now I feel bad about liking 9/11. I like the concept. We've been over this. You should have... only hit buildings with Henry Kissinger in them.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking. That's why
Literally,
I think 9/11
just do the-
They didn't get Kissinger.
Just do the political buildings, you dumbasses. The World Trade Center is just like I guess it's a symbol for America because it was.
The only thing I agree with Islamic terrorism about is that America's bad. They weren't trying to do my beliefs.
After that.
After that,
this
like,
is departure in our
please don't
beliefs.
throw me off a roof.
No, yeah. So if they had just hit political buildings, then that would have been like, okay, better.
Dude, if they had only hit like the Pentagon and the White House, I would be in a lot of trouble for the amount of times I go, there was nothing wrong with that.
Never
I would be
forget 9/11.
disallowed from many, many establishments.
Yeah, never forget because it was awesome.
Yeah, never forget like the birth of my child, okay? It's
Honestly.
the birth of a new age. I do like that they call America the Great Satan. That's a cool thing to call the thing.
We're worse than North Korea consistently.
Yeah, at least they got like style.
And at least they don't have much power.
And I mean, like North Korea is,
Small.
imprisoning and starving people, and then they use that to like do the coolest parade. And we're like, Applebee's will be open. That's what we have.
We hide it when we kill our citizens. We should at least start doing it publicly.
Right, just be honest about it.
Well, I guess we did it publicly during COVID when we were just like,
Central Park is just a fucking graveyard.
yeah, just tell old people they can go to Chili's. Old people love Chili's. They can die for Chili's.
That's fine. I like Chili's.
also
America
like Chili's.
is just full of people dressed like us and talking like us, but they don't realize it's stupid.
No, they believe. I think we need to rebrand ourselves as the completely sarcastic podcast because everything we say, we believe the almost exact opposite and have
Pretty
to
much.
clarify very quickly.
And I say it
These
in the
are
same
not-
tone as things I believe.
Yeah, exactly. We are very dry.
But there are just types of. I'm making fun of a type of person that I almost was, but I don't know. I guess I watched School of Rock and got cool when I was a kid.
Honestly, I could have easily become that guy if I did not go down any form of journey into the soul. If I had not ever questioned myself and my beliefs, it would be very easy for me to have a gun on me right now.
From upstate New York to Sedona, Arizona, it is just people that look exactly like us, no introspection. No thought of, I'm sweating this much because my race doesn't belong on this continent. No thought of, maybe I like Hawaiian shirts because
far
I'm
different color than us.
Why are we wearing Hawaiian shirts all the time? Maybe it's because we're too fat and hot to wear normal clothing.
Yeah.
We realize that. Jim in Oklahoma, he just thinks Hawaiian shirts are cool. He doesn't know why. He doesn't know how it's come to be.
Great. There's nothing funnier than seeing like a guy who looks like us aggressively sweating on stage, and you can't tell if it's because he's bombing or because he just does that.
He's just
I approached
guy.
a dude who was murdered on stage, but pouring sweat. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I just do that. That's just a normal.
I'm going to need to purchase deodorant along with beer and chips before I go to the next place.
At Dan McCarty. Follow him on Twitter. The sweatiest comic alive. It was the dead of winter.
No, the dead of winter is hard for our people because people just crank the heat in buildings and I have to go outside.
That's fair. I haven't gotten that fat yet. I am carry a towel around fat, but I am not go outside during the winter fat. I'm very comfortable during the winter in long sleeves indoors. Yeah. We have not yet put the AC on in this house, so it is a nightmare in here.
It's pretty bad, dude. I'm very sweaty.
I would like to go sit outside at Click. I refuse to. I'm dead naming the bar near our house. It's now
trans people
called.
are like shitty businesses.
I've officially met the coolest. He's not trans. Never mind. Redacted. Queenie bitch. Follow him on Instagram. Fucking awesome, dude.
Was he a drag queen then?
I haven't sat down and we're cool, but I haven't
What's
gotten
up
cool
with your
enough
gender, bro?
to dig into it really. And the type of cool that is. I'm like, what? Somebody asked him, what pronouns do you prefer? And he's like, I don't give a shit, dude. And I'm like, that's very cool.
Yeah, that most
That's
people
like,
shouldn't.
if anybody, the best answer I think is, what pronouns do you prefer? Call me Mike. That's the best answer. But barring that, I don't give a fuck. I really do. Just the brushing off the shoulder of any responsibility is pretty fucking awesome. To just be like, whatever.
I mean, I get why trans people care about it because the other pronoun
No, I understand.
was shitty. But if you're cis people, like, why do you care?
No, I'm saying it's cool to not care about something important. That's very cool. Because I bet that was important to him at one point, and then he was just like, why?
You know what?
He took a second and thought and was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, there are better things in my life to worry about.
Yeah, my answer is no. He, him, I guess. Like, that's what I've been going with, so I'll stick with it.
Just for ease.
I'm not, I don't have the body type to be androgynous, so I think I'll stick with that one.
Oh,
there was some discourse on TikTok, which,
of course,
skip ahead 30 seconds if you're healthy in the mind.
Or
about, like,
above 14.
Why don't we have more men wearing dresses? I think it's fine that men wear dresses and corsets like that. And someone was like, because most men don't look good in them, because, like, a fat guy in a corset is like, that's a punchline. That's not a...
Also, it accentuates your tits, the corset.
Exactly. That's
you don't want that as
Zac
a guy.
Efron, maybe, or that one time that Tom Holland did. Like, those make sense, but
Tom Holland wore corset?
Yeah, he did a dual performance of Singing in the Rain and Umbrella by Rihanna, and he did a costume change from, like, suit and tie, Singing in the Rain stuff, to, like, Frankenfurter.
Oh my god, so many people masturbated.
A lot people love it. I was never particularly like. I mean,
know,
I was like, yeah, cool, dude, but he doesn't look good like that.
You must be so disappointed that Tom Holland is never mean, because he can never be your type, because he's never mean to you or the camera.
Just too yeah, that's why I need, I guess, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Jake Gyllenhaal will be mean
Jake
to you.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah. Well, he'll be mean to me if I tell him I'm going to kill him for needing something that he doesn't hardly ever get.
Down.
The reason you can't be called homophobic is because we share a platonic love of Brokeback
I
Mountain.
love Brokeback Mountain. It's so fucking good. It's on Netflix. I almost watched it again.
I don't need it to be on Netflix. I own it.
Yeah, but it's still on Netflix.
Guys, go watch Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, we should do we shouldn't do a live podcast or a watch along podcast of Brokeback, because we'll just watch it.
We will. Yeah, we're not gonna riff on.
I don't really want
The
to
only
talk.
things we'll say will be like at Rocky Horror when they say the lines along with them. It'll just be us doing that.
So fucking good. Literally, I'll just be like, oh my god, this is such a great line.
And I maintain that is part of dude cinema. Much like
Oh yeah.
like how two dudes doing dumb shit together, like Harold and Kumar or Boogie Nights or Brokeback Mountain. These are all part of dudes rock cinema.
They could have been frat boyfriends. They really could have been.
They do
You see
so
what they
many
did there?
dude things, such as
Frat boyfriends.
Frat boyfriend. Yeah, I've seen that series.
Oh my god, yes.
Why would I?
Wait a
I would
second,
not
we were
have seen
supposed to shave our pubes before we did the mold of these dildos?
It's the same that's here. And Brokeback Mountain, they do dude things, such as go fishing and not catch shit.
Yeah.
Wrestling, lying to women, all things that dudes love to do.
Cheating on their wives.
Yes.
Getting hammered and fucking. Making gigantic mistakes.
We are now doing the Bill Burr bit where he's like, he wishes he was gay because he like, or no, he would be gay and like hate the sex part, but he'd be like, you want to have a beer? Yeah. You want to watch the game? Yeah.
Oh, every dude bro wants to be gay, but is very sad that they're not. Because they're like, I would love to just live with my best friend all the time, but I don't want to fuck him. Sucks.
That's why you
Right.
got to find a girl that wears her hat backwards, and she's just one of the dudes, bro.
Brennan at Brennan Weaver on, I don't even know, has a great bit that he's working out. That's when my girlfriend wears my hat, she looks like a boy, not even like,
Not a man.
not a man, like a teenage boy that skateboards that I am trapping in my van. I'm like, yes. Any girl in a flat brim hat. That's
Yes, basically that.
either that or she eats more pussy than I do.
Sorry, masked lesbians that are also hype beasts. You look 14.
Oh, here's a bit I'm also working out right now that I came up with on the Riff Show. Improvised stand-up at the New Normal every Friday at 10 o'clock.
I know.
Out at the Lincoln Lodge for other people. Every Friday at 10 at the Lincoln Lodge. Link to tickets somewhere.
The description, I'm sure.
Probably. But
You're the one that knows this shit. I'm the one that
I know.
literally rolls in and...
I am capitalism incarnate.
9/11.
I am capitalism and a pro 9/11, just like George Bush.
But no, 9/11 was against capitalism.
Oh,
I don't know. That's actually... If I still sucked like I did last year, that I would go for a long time on that. I'm a cool, chill guy now, though.
My heart rate stays under 120 most of the time.
It's like a hummingbird. We should start a cult, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I think it should be a cult that is honest about being a cult. Like,
yeah.
This is a cult. No, this is not real.
This is a sex cult.
Believe it.
We're never gonna be like, well, okay, now we all need to die for Jesus. This is a sex cult. We're getting a large plot of land, and if you have skills or are hot, you are welcome to come live on this large plot of land with us. Those are the two requirements: either skills or being hot, and it is a sex cult.
And I don't have either, but I am going to be the leader of the cult, and that's what I bring.
Well,
to
we
the
have
table.
managerial skills.
Exactly.
Because we know we need a few carpenters, a few this, a few that, and then just some straight
So
laborers.
one carpenter can build a cross to nail the other carpenter to?
And then we'll have our own laws.
Very few, but there will be some.
Oh, almost none. No murder. If you hurt somebody, eye for an eye. I think we'll just do eye for an eye, really.
Not because eye for an eye is good, because then you'll not do bad things.
It's just because it's easy.
Yeah.
Really.
I think our
Eye for an
tagline
eye,
should
fuck
be
it.
liberate yourself from reality. Because we're being honest about the fact none of this is true.
Very nice. That's a good one. You do have to donate. It's commune style, so you do have to donate all your worldly possessions when you get there. But we just use that to pay the rent on the place pretty much. We're not like super rich and going on tour and having a billion Bentleys or anything like that. We just put it in a savings account that all it does is pays rent for the area and buys any supplies that we just can't get in there.
And if you can you can have an iPhone.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll have electricity and an iPhone. We'll have to pay utilities. We'll have Wi-Fi. Of course, we'll have Wi-Fi.
This will be the only sex cult where the leader of the cult doesn't fuck everyone, because I'll be so embarrassed. It's like, I brought you here and filled your head with nonsense that you wanted, but I'd still feel weird if we fucked.
I'd fuck like two of you. And you met them before the cult.
Right, yeah.
Or you meet them in a bar near the cult. Oh, right. Every
what
building
do you
is...
do? Finance. All right, now we're going to talk about mine, which is more interesting.
Every building, by the way, is a bar on the bottom, and then above it is whatever the other business is. So you have to walk through the bar to get to
We're
the
building a little
carpenter's
shanty
office,
town in the middle
or
of the desert.
apartment, or the brothel. You have to walk through the bar to get there.
In this cult, everybody lives above a bar. It's every young man's dream.
There's
small amounts of acid in our
knows your
water.
name is on a loop through the speakers.
It's cheers, folks. We're doing cheers.
Every day.
I'm Sam. None of you are Diane, because I feel that would be inappropriate.
Every day. Oh, God damn it. This reference is going to be great, but I need to remember. Got it. Okay. Every day, 5 times a day, you have to turn and face towards Ted Danson and pray.
I was going to say New York.
Well, wherever Ted Danson lives. We have
probably lives in L.A. That's probably where they make The Good Place, right? Or possibly Atlanta.
We have an exact replica of the Twin Towers after they went down, so it's just a mosque.
It's just a bunch of dust. Ooh, the name of the bar that everybody lives over is called the Dusty Mosque.
That's a good one.
All of our prayers are in a pidgin mixture of English and whatever Arabic I can remember.
Just Arabic you can remember. Assalamu alaikum.
You big hater. Yay, verily. Go do some acid, folks. But be safe about it.
All drugs are legal, of course. That should just be a thing.
Well, no heroin.
No, it's legal and
discouraged.
Legal, discouraged, but if you're going to do heroin, do it in a safe place.
I'd rather you do it in the house.
Exactly. You're going to do heroin anyways. Nobody got discouraged from doing heroin because it's illegal. Everybody gets discouraged from heroin because of the stigma. The stigma stays around. Make it legal. Put them in a fucking building like an opium den.
No,
Nobody died in opium den.
If you want to do heroin, you have to watch the scene in The Dirt where Nikki Sixx hits rock bottom.
And then see if you really want to do it.
Is that what you want, son?
Yeah,
be like
I want to be
Nikki
Nikki
Sixx?
Sixx. Yeah, that's awesome.
God damn it, I'm terrible at this.
That's so... Yeah, I want to be fucking Nikki Sixx.
This is what... Okay, we have to be co-leaders because I'll bring the insane people in with the... We're gonna do acid and discuss, aliens or... That one album cover where
when
the
do we
dude's
kill
heads are
ourselves? We
flies.
don't kill ourselves.
Yeah, no, but then like the podcast, you do all the hard shit that whenever it comes up, I say something about crystal mine palaces and float away.
And it's like, no, here's the distribution of labor we'll be doing today. Here are your jobs for the day.
Just me on a platform talking very loudly to people who aren't listening, and you're talking quieter and they're all facing you. But like, all right, so just remember that today we're switching out the fields, so the potato fields are going to be in the east field and then the beets are in the west. And I'm just like, this song, the way that the sounds move through it, it's kind of like how a plane moves through a tower, and that's a metaphor. And have you seen School of Rock?
And there are 5 guys who are intently staring at you. All right,
like how
Group 3 is going to be in the fields today. Then Group 3 gets a rest day tomorrow. Group 4 is going to be washing clothes.
And those 5 guys, they're like they did yesterday. And listen to Kellen very animatedly talk about things he will forget by tonight.
Oh, I don't want to do any work. Well, then you can listen to Kellen all day. Okay.
That's how we solve that thing that capitalists are always like, well, if you don't kill poor people, then people will just be poor. Then lazy. Like, no, if you're lazy, I come and I talk to you about what I think about Boogie Nights. And
all day.
And then you're like,
I haven't seen it.
This is why I'm describing it in such exhaustive detail, okay? And so then when he says how much do you bench, he hits the margarita thing, even though he asked a question. He hits it, and it makes a bunch of noise. And the thing he says that's an MP, not a Y. That's YP, not an MP. And he means your problem, not my problem. But then because like I've mentioned the entire time, Marky Mark's kind of dumb in this movie, so he thinks that's industry jargon, right? But did you know this guy is Robert Downey Sr. And you're gonna have to stop me.
I wasn't gonna. I really like that movie.
It's a great movie.
I'm watching it now in my head.
I say very often, mellow. I want mellow. Like Burt Reynolds
say very often, stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. Fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman might have been the only person who actually acted in that movie.
Burt Reynolds did a little bit.
I don't know. I think that's kind of just who he is. Like off screen. That's
I guess, yeah. He's sort of annoyed with all the things that are going on around him.
The wife that got shot, she was also Jessica Chastain, I want to say, but that's definitely wrong.
The wife that got shot is Nina Hartley.
Okay, yeah, redhead.
Porn star Nina Hartley.
The redhead?
No, the wife that got shot? What?
The redhead who was kind of the mom of
That's Julianne Moore.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I think Heather Graham probably did look up to her as a sort of mother figure.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they didn't fuck, but...
Yeah, I'm sure. Nothing. I said nothing.
Are you my mom? I'm just going to ask if you're my mom.
And you just got to say yes.
Just got to say yes, and then we'll do coke and probably eat each other out.
Which... to be a fly on that wall.
I would just be like, well, I want some coke and pussy, but I'm a fly.
I guess I'll have to land on the coke.
I wish I could fuck Julianne Moore, but unfortunately, I'm an insect that dreamt he was a man and loved it. But the dream is over and the insect is awake. We're doing the fly now, folks. I'm talking about the fly. Shut the fuck up about Boogie Nights. Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum,
I think.
Goldblum. Life,
I'm saying I'll hurt you if you stay.
Finds a way. Jeff might be retarded.
I'm always on the lookout for a new future Mrs. Malcolm. I guess now we're doing Jurassic Park.
Jeff used to just talk like a normal person, but then he got hit very hard on the set of
but then Steven Spielberg hit him with a fake Velociraptor arm to make him cool.
I'm pretty fucked up right now.
It's like, what's next? Yes, we know this.
Jeff, slow reveal.
So many lesbians want to fuck him.
Good.
All the ones I've met in real life, all the ones I see on TikTok, they all want to fuck Jeff Goldblum.
They are all right, because I also want to fuck Jeff Goldblum, but for not the reason you'd think, but just because I really like Michael Crichton. That's why. I keep referencing on stage Jurassic Park is written by Michael Crichton. Nobody fucking gets it.
I thought people knew that.
Nobody fucking gets it because I wear a straw hat that looks like
Dodson.
Dodson,
we got Dodson here.
Yeah, so
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit. So I do references to Jurassic Park, and they're like, and then I say like, I like that movie for reasons that might surprise you because I really like Michael Crichton, and they're like,
Michael Clayton? Was it by the same? Was Spielberg Michael Clayton?
Who's that? And I'm like, you fucking swine.
It's not even. He wrote it at the same time as the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not even like who wrote the book that ended up becoming like whatever fucking movie.
No,
I was literally gonna say Precious, but everybody knows it's based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Because all the fucking commercials were like Precious, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire.
I've never seen Precious.
I have not seen Precious. I don't.
I also have never seen The Blind Side.
I like The Blind Side, but that's sort of nostalgia.
Isn't that the White Savior movie?
It is. It definitely is. And the end of the movie, he's like, they definitely didn't pick me up off the street so that I would go play football for their school. But they did.
Yeah, I definitely didn't turn around their entire fucking season.
And the kind of racism that happens in that movie, like, there's the actual racism of we're going to make a movie about a really good black football player, and the main character is going to be a white lady. So there's that stuff, but all the racism of the characters in the movie is stuff like, well, a black man, aren't you worried he'll rape your daughter? And then there's a scene where Sandra Bullock goes to Lily Collins and is like, are you worried that Michael's going to rape you? And she's like, nah. And
she's considered a good person by simply being the person that says, I don't think he's going to rape me.
And the Tim McGraw character, Tim McGraw plays the dad, and he owns a bunch of Taco Bells.
Nice.
Like, a guy in Texas who owns a bunch of Taco Bells isn't a huge piece of shit.
Oh, he has some shocking beliefs about Mexicans.
Or Mississippi or Tennessee or whatever. Yeah, it's not.
Does not matter.
No, Tim McGraw probably has some shitty beliefs. Way worse is what the real, whatever his name, Toohey believes.
Whatever his name, Toohey.
It's a cool movie, but it's not based on a true story.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the ending of Brokeback, but it's still a good movie.
The different problem for Blindside.
There was some different issues in those two movies.
There were none of the lines were as good.
So now it's a rich white family that rescues a gay man off the street to
like fat Jake Gyllenhaal toward the end of Brokeback is who they're rescuing
to make their drag team better. It's like our drag team is all straight men. How can we?
That doesn't work.
Their badminton team better. What's this exclusively gay sport? Figure skating? Their figure skating team
I guess
better.
Figure skating would be the closest one.
It's
exclusively gay
HCA.
sport. Like what? It's not going to be.
I do everything.
The only gay men in sports uniforms are wearing soccer uniforms in porns. For some reason, it's always soccer.
Huh. Well, everybody wants to fuck a soccer player.
Don't. My dad was so happy about that, and I'm unhappy about that.
That everybody wants to fuck a soccer player.
That you said that.
It's like, yeah. And a firefighter. Just everything. Fucking great. And your mom's so mad that I see you keep saying it.
You ever heard that saying that hard times create strong men create good times, good times create weak men? There's some version of that where like my parents are cool, and so now I'm just insane. And I guess I'll raise someone cool who will raise someone insane. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how that works for sure.
Instead of like there's a Patton Oswalt bit about how like people's parents were hippies, so that was like too wild for them, so they became very straight-laced adults.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. My parents are cool, and instead of fighting against that, I just went, well, you're supposed to be weirder than your parents, right?
Let's see how far this one goes.
Would you like to talk about boogie nights, sir? For a long time.
Not a good time, a long time. Fucking...
My dad likes to quote Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, so I bust out The Fly and Contact in normal conversations.
And Andromeda Strain.
That one I don't do.
That is a deep Michael Crichton
cut. That is a deep cut. I at least know that it's written by Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
The best Michael Crichton book is the one that's not about anything except pirates being cool.
What book is that?
It's called Pirate Latitudes, and you can borrow it if you want.
It's about pirates are cool.
Yeah, well, you know how most of his books are like, well, don't play God. Or mess too much. Don't do science too much. This is about how pirates are cool and fuck the law, baby. And it was published after his death because I feel like he wrote it as a goof, and then was like, I don't need to.
I can't
publish this one. And then his kids were like,
"This is awesome,
but I want money, and pirates are cool."
And that made the movie. Fuck.
Cutthroat Island.
No. What are the?
Are you thinking of Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, I'm thinking of the Space Pirates. It was
Treasure
an old
Planet?
Treasure Planet. Thank you.
You know, that's based on...
The book Treasure Planet?
Yes. That is the funniest way to go with this, yes. The book by Robert Louis Stevenson, Treasure Planet.
That is actually based on the book Bay
Pushed
of
by
Pigs,
Sapphire.
the CIA released documents. Treasure Planet.
This is my movie. Is it based on a book? Yeah, it's based on the published Warren Commission, actually.
It's real page turner.
It's gotta suck because the Warren Commission, the report would just be a bunch of people like,
1,000.
and it turns out he was just killed by one crazy guy. I don't know where HW was that day. Neither does he. I fully believe, by the way, this is the particular type of insane I am. George H.W. Bush. For those of you who haven't talked to me recently, because I mention it every fucking day, George H.W. Bush says he does not remember where he was when Kennedy was shot. He just remembers he was in Dallas. It's fucking insane. But I think he knows where he was. But he didn't help kill Kennedy, except, in general CIA ways. But it wasn't like to get him into power, like when he got John Hinckley to shoot Reagan, which is the only thing I agree with him about. But he knows where he was, but he's trying to drive me, specifically people like me, insane because he knows that I know that he knows that I can't do anything about the fact that George H.W. Bush said some really suspicious shit about fucking
He was
when
just
Kennedy
fucked
died.
up in a bar, probably.
Yeah, or
But he
doing paperwork or something.
Yeah.
And he knows that it will drive people like me insane. That if he says that, it implies that he killed Kennedy. Like, if I did it.
Because everybody else you
And then
ask
there's
about
fucking, George Bush giving Michelle Obama candy at his funeral. We like them now. And I'm doing this voice. And that's how they stop the revolution, because I'm too busy going, you see what they're doing? To do anything.
Everybody. God damn it, I had something.
Hates Chris.
Everybody fucks Chris.
Everybody shot JFK.
Oh yeah, everybody you ask about JFK who was alive during that time knows exactly where they were when they found out JFK.
Exactly.
JFK.
If you
Just like,
work for the CIA and the president gets shot, you know where you
I forget
work.
that he worked for the CIA.
Yeah. It's fucking, I'm listening to a podcast about the Dulles brothers.
Is it a Dollop episode?
It
Because
is.
shout out to the Dollop.
The Dollop
a
is a good
phenomenal podcast. Big old fan.
Am I Dave or Gareth?
Gareth.
And I think that.
Yeah.
But Gareth doesn't. Gareth never
Gareth's-
does what I just did, but Dave Anthony would.
Gareth's the funny one, and Dave is the expository one, and I'm neither. I'm neither funny or expository.
Well, my expositions are just that's how the funny works. 'Cause I'm just explaining to you something about The Fly or the day Kennedy was shot or Roswell.
Yeah. Oh, we have over 500 clicks on our Linktree now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
People want to hear about this.
Yeah. Apparently, we need to get famous on iTunes mostly. So leave a review on iTunes, by the way.
Yes, I will say in the tradition of Small Town Murder, which is an excellent podcast, just go give us a 5-star review on iTunes and then leave in the description that you are following instructions. Doesn't matter what you write, just give us a 5-star review.
Yeah, because it actually apparently means a bunch for fucking podcasts. I just was looking up podcast advertising today, and they're like, yeah, 70% of you being found is your iTunes rating and review. And I'm
All
like,
right, but go rate us highly on iTunes and write "I love Small Town Murder" in your description, or admit to killing Kennedy.
Or just plug things you're doing, because a lot of comics
do
listen.
that.
Just be like, check out my this, and this, and then we'll check it out.
We will probably
You know what?
look at it.
If you go on iTunes right now, leave a 5-star review, and then leave a link to any work that you'd like us to promote, we'll just promote it for free on the podcast.
Sure. Follow for follow, baby.
Yeah, that's a deal. I'm willing to do that.
We're rolling this like Tumblr.
That's a perfect deal.
I want to make a movie about JFK where the lesson at the end is like it's a Christmas movie, and it's like, at the end of the day, didn't we all kill Kennedy? Slow pan out.
It's still playing out to show that it's 9/11.
Oh God, the movie I would make out of this area of my brain, it's like,
It's all slow pans to reveal things. So it's a slow pan out to reveal it's the day that Kennedy was shot, and then flash forward, slow pan out to the reveal that it's the day the Bay of Pigs happened, slow pan out to reveal it's 9/11, slow pan out.
slow pan backwards to
Pearl Harbor.
yeah, we do Pearl Harbor. And Pearl Harbor is not interesting to me. I have no interest in nothing. It's nothing fucked up happened. It was just like Japan bombed us, and we were like, well, we got to go to war now.
I recently found out that kamikaze pilots were on meth when they did it.
A lot of people in history were on meth that they don't talk about because I didn't know that.
Yeah, you really think that all the towers were just built by coffee and ingenuity? No, people were prescribed heroin and meth, and it was just not. So it wasn't like something they would talk about. So everybody's just like, did they just have coffee? And it's like, no, coffee was advertised in books or in magazines, and heroin and Adderall was prescribed to you by a doctor.
It was that wasn't like a doctor would be like, I don't know. What's wrong with you? Your fucking womb's in your ass now for some reason. Do some cocaine.
Let's do some cocaine about the ghost in your bloods.
How do you know that Tumblr screenshot that I specifically didn't copyright infringe?
I specifically did because it's just other people's bits, baby.
Hey, I'm doing cocaine.
Everybody eat a dick.
Fuck you, listeners.
Honestly, the stance of this podcast.
Oh, yes.
Fuck you, listeners.
We're not going to be
also, thank you for listening.
We're not going to be pick-me's about this.
No. What the hell is a pick-me besides a great slur for Italians?
I did not say pickaninny. Stop. I'm talking about Italians. Although I did just there. Is that one super bad, or is that like Negro where you can say it as long as you're not calling it?
Yeah, exactly. I think you can say that one to say that you're not saying it. Right. And no other context.
I used the N-word to destroy the N-word.
Exactly.
A pick me is I don't fully understand it because it's Gen Z slang.
It feels like a nerd in a basketball lineup.
No, it's like someone who's being super like needy or clingy or like it's the opposite of negging.
So my girlfriend. Got him.
Your girlfriend is the opposite of negging? You think that like
my girlfriend is the opposite of some N-word.
Your girlfriend's not black. That's true. She does come from a family with historical power in this country. The Bushes. The Prescott Bushes. That'd be fucked up. If Kylie's family was the George,
if she was a Bush.
If she was from the George Bush, like the strain of the George Bush family that helped the Nazis.
Could you imagine if she was a Kennedy? She'd be dead by now.
They're
dropping
nothing
like
bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Crash noise. Don't put it in post. It's just saying crash noise. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask who shot me. It was George. Curious George. Oh.
It was the man in the yellow hat.
You're getting a little too curious, George. Now we're doing
this heat.
We're doing Oliver Stone's.
We should do Southern Gentleman on a Porch with mint juleps. Oh my, this heat.
Oh my Lord. I can't help but feel that a racism-based economy might bite us in the ass one day.
In case that racism was ever to lose some form of power.
I may just be a countrified porch sitter. I said porch sitter. Now it's fine.
I didn't say, I can't say that one to say I'm not saying it.
I didn't say the word that this character would most certainly say.
With zero hesitation.
I fucked Forrest Gump's mama. I'm not the principal. I don't sound like that. You understand? I'm the reason that Sally Field needs Boniva.
The whole time, I am holding a very sweaty glass of mint julep and dabbing myself with a rag on the forehead in entirely loose-fitting cotton clothing. And the same hat I'm actually wearing. All white, also.
Welcome to Southland Connors Bar, where the only thing sweatier than the mint juleps is me.
And if there's ever a cold day in Mississippi, then boy, is that a hot day in hell. Are
these all lines from Steel Magnolias?
I'm just making up things that a Southern guy would say.
Your colors are pink and pink. And the colors that I approve of are as follows. It's a very short list.
I'm sweating like a gay preacher in a whorehouse.
He'd be sweating because he doesn't like the pussy.
No, just because it's hot everywhere.
Just 'cause it's I'm sweating like a whore in where we are now. Because I assume also the sex workers are quite sweaty.
I'm sweating like a whore in anywhere but a movie theater. Historically, those were the first cold places in the South.
I remember that trivia. It's too bad they're dead now.
Movie theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have used them right now for air conditioning.
Would have been great. I used to work in a theater. What?
You know the feeling of freezing your balls off in a movie theater and then walking outside and it's 90 and just being like,
No, I know the feeling of sweating my balls off outside and then walking into a movie theater. That's what I know. And I walk outside and I'm like, this heat's going to be a problem in a second.
I love sweating aggressively. I don't. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I know. You're suited for hot weather, so you must have some... This is a bad one. You must have some Negro blood, sir.
You must have. You're not even sweating at all, Jimothy. You must have some N-word blood in you.
You must be some kind of quadroon, which is a hilarious word.
And it's okay to say, just in general.
Because it hasn't... No one's been doing too much racism.
Nobody doesn't think it's funny. Everybody thinks quadroon is a hilarious
Let me tell you something, though.
thing.
Jimothy says he's a quadroon. He's lying. He's nothing more than an octoroon at best.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think. He got an Ancestry.com back that says you're 5% black. They're just making it up.
I'm 2%. Well, my grandma is 2%. So, like, everybody's got a little African in them. And if you don't, would you like to? I can't help you with that.
And if you don't, then you weren't born on this planet.
Because
the cradle of humanity.
We're all from there. We're all from there. And then some people left there and went to cold places, and that was smart of them. And then some fucking idiots got on a boat and came to here. And they're like, wouldn't it be funny if Kellen had to live here?
Hey, it's pretty unbearable half the year. So you got your wish for 9 months where it's like
the freezing cold of the Midwest. It's so great.
God awful. So
I'm built for that.
3 months of it not being god awful. I've actually, since it's been summer, I've been sweating so much, I've noticed that I've been eating less because my body's like, all right, you can get rid of the hibernatory fat.
Also, I don't want to eat right now.
It's too hot.
The heat is oppressive.
I only want to eat cold foods.
I want some fucking ice cream. And oh man, when I used to work for a pizza place, I just go sit on my phone in the walk-in freezer on a day like this.
For real?
And people would come in and like grab dough, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "That's fine, just it's hot."
What do you think I'm doing?
Look at me. I'm bright red.
Would you be wearing a sweater or something in there?
No. I'd be dressed like this. I would be dressed in summer clothes, and my car had shitty air conditioning, so when I wasn't on a delivery, I would walk past the oven, which was a price you had to pay to get to the fucking walk-in.
Just not sweating at all, walking past the oven, absolutely drenched.
And then it freezes to my body in a walk-in freezer. Well,
which probably feels great.
Yes.
It's like getting out of a hot tub in the winter.
Right, and then you stay in the freezer for slightly too long until you're shivering, and then the heat feels good.
That's what I did in movie theaters. Yeah.
I need to go into an industrial freezer to have that experience.
Your movie theater is 80 degrees colder than mine. Oh, God.
Oh, that'd be so great right now.
Yeah, movie theaters were like commonly set to like 65, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
55, by the way, is the ideal human temperature.
70. 70.
Nope, too hot. Too hot. If I move at all, I'll sweat.
At all?
I'm wearing my thinnest shirt. That really is real catch-22. Real Sophie's choice I've got here. Do I wear a shirt that you can't see the sweat through, or do I wear a shirt that I can breathe in?
Oh, by the way, people who make fun of people for sweat stains, you're a monster.
Yeah, man, fuck you.
It's not a choice. There's no way.
Any insult that works out to be like basically like, hey man, your body's fucked up. It's not nice.
I support the insult because I support all insults, but still.
But that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's being mean to people.
Yeah. So you better be doing it to somebody you like.
It's like how calling guys short is as bad as calling girls ugly.
It's the same.
It's not.
It's the same.
It's not quite the same.
I think if girls can have don't even say it. Don't even DM me if you're under 6 foot. Then you can say don't even DM me if you're over 300 pounds. I think that those are the same thing. But
I mean, those are the same thing. Yes.
If you ever see a girl on Tinder or a guy on Tinder who has either of those in their bio, swipe left anyways because they're assholes.
Yeah, it's good to put "I'm an asshole" in your bio. I've seen hot. I just DM them and go, "I am 5'6". Is that close enough? Halfway to 6 foot.
You're way more than halfway to 6 foot, by the way.
You keep saying that. I think my driver's license says 5'6", but then again, I did tell them
You're
that.
way more than halfway to 6 foot if you're 5'6".
I meant between 5 and 6.
Ah.
I didn't mean 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I was good. I am 3 foot. Is that close? If I get a friend to stand on my shoulders.
When my sister graduated, it was my family and then her boyfriend, who is jackal-shaped and tall. And when we were taking pictures, the photographer goes, "I assume that one is the boyfriend," pointing much higher than any of us stood, and said, "So we're going to do a picture without him."
Oh my God, that's what every short king, which is a hilarious sentence.
I don't like that. It
think
feels patronizing.
It's ironic. It's very funny to say and nothing else. But every short king, if they see a girl who says nobody over or under 6 foot, then they should hit them up anyways and say that. Okay, how about me and my friend do it? Because then combined, we're 10'4".
We'll rock your world. With our dicks placed end to end. It'd be painful for one of us.
For one of us. Yeah.
I can't. If I were to date a girl taller than me, it'd be a disaster. Because I already don't want to be the one opening doors and making decisions. And if she's taller than me, I'm just gonna can't.
She's gonna be opening doors and making decisions. You need to date a dom.
That's not what it does.
Yeah. Big old gal. Big old lady.
The vampire lady from...
Exactly.
Yeah, no, she's gross. I don't get why people...
Well, yeah,
like
but
her.
that basic type. Somebody who wants to physically and emotionally hurt you and is gigantic.
Be funnier if they were short, though. You know how mean Jewish women are always short?
I know a few. They're
Mulaney's
always
wife.
Also very
You
funny.
have not called me yet. What's up with that?
This is bullshit. All right, I think that's the podcast. So we can go sweat somewhere else. Or at least just crank the AC and get out of this fucking hell-like room. And drink beer.
Oh, give me back to my hellhole. I also watch Spinal Tap.
Check out The New Normal on Fridays. Leave us a review on iTunes. And if you do, and you have anything that you want us to plug on the podcast, we'll do so more than happily.
And if you send us fucked up videos there, we'll watch those too.
Yeah, we'll watch
I've seen them already, but...
Yeah, no, if you send us fucked up videos, we'll watch them and comment about them on the podcast. We've probably seen them, but we're not desensitized enough that 2 Girls, 1 Cup isn't still disturbing.
That'll still do it to me.
That one's still... I mean, could you imagine somebody just like eating cereal and watching that?
Eating ice cream and watching that.
All right,
fucked up Sonic porn. I feel like there's a good well there if you're looking for ideas.
Dragons fucking cars, also great.
No, that makes me laugh. That won't hurt me. Sonic porn will hurt me.
linktr.ee/it's just bits. We got another live podcast coming out. It is
26th of June.
26th of June at the Lincoln Lodge. It's on a Saturday at 7, so you can do other things that day, which is the thing. And we have to tell people it's a live podcast. A lot of people came to the show not knowing what they were getting themselves into, and then they're like, "Oh, this is just these two guys talking." We understand it's for specific people. That's why we're moving to the smaller podcast-specific room. It's 20.
It's for an elect group of people who will be coming on the spaceship to heaven with us.
Yeah, exactly, and joining our cult. Bye, people.